Hello, back again. Think I've got everything ready. So I'm going to be using this new kit. I'm going to do hopefully a couple of things with it. First off, I have been asked how I did this particular cover, how I constructed it. So I'm going to make another cover like this and I'll show you how I do it. It'll be in a future video, but I'm going to use the new kit to decorate this particular cover, which is going to be the next journal. Now, the first thing I want to do before we look at the kit is I'm taking these. I have one scrap piece of cardboard, which is about the right size, but I think I want it layered. So I'm just going to grab, I've got this bag of smaller cardboard offcuts. I'm just going to see if I want something slightly wider. So there's going to be this bit at the back. And okay, that one's, it's got a bit of a score line down it, so I'm going to use this side. First thing we're going to do is just tear the edge of this particular piece. And I lift the cardboard towards me using the side I want to use. So this is the side I want to use. I lift it towards me and then you get this lovely effect down the side. And roughly, I mean, it's going to go that way. I still want it to fit on my journal, so I'm going to tear about here. It's funny, the next thing that I want to do, that's actually cut that fairly straight down there, which is not ideal. When you start using cardboard, you actually start to grade it. What's good, what's not good, what's for the bin, what can be kept, what can be used as even more scraps. So you've got your scraps and then you've got your cardboard and then you've got your cardboard scraps. So it kind of becomes this whole big thing, and I'll show you what I mean by that, because obviously this is your cardboard and this is what I would call your kind of your general craft grade standard cardboard. And then you've got things like this, which is, for those of you in the UK, I'm not sure if everybody's boxes look like these, but these are the COVID test boxes. This is your premium cardboard. This is suitable for your tags and things like that, because it's nice and white one side, and this side is suitable for sticking something onto. So, you know, and then you've got your definite tag cardboard, because this is obviously perfect for backing any tags. So you kind of you get into this habit of, like, this piece, that's a kind of clustery, scrappy piece, so that's suitable for keeping. So we've got these two pieces and I'm happy with the size of those, so I'm gonna ditch my boards so they don't get messy, and I'm gonna just put back so I don't get confused, which I did several times on the previous journal. These are not going to be seen, so that's fine. Okay, so this is the bottom piece, and this piece I'm literally going to kind of paint up, and I'm going to use the same kind of colour theme throughout. So I've got raw umber, I've got yellow ochre, and I've got Mars black. They're the three colours I'm going to start with, and I'm going to grab a palette knife. This is going to be very similar to the previous method I used, so I'm going to speed up probably. I'm going to just put this straight onto my board, and I have over here a piece of very nice board that I have gessoed, and I'm going to use this for the paint scrape offs, so I'm not wasting any paint that I don't use off my board. As usual, messed up because I didn't actually need to paint the entire piece. I could have done a bit more painting on this one, but I really only need to do the edge, so that was a bit wasteful, but never mind. One of those things, we all do it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is these are far from done, but I'm going to find the collage paper that I want to use for these. So I'm thinking probably the half size pages. So I'm going to pull those out. And this is the area that I need to cover, so that half size one is about right. I'm just keeping the cover colour in mind when I'm selecting. It's quite, I actually really want to use that. So I'm going to cut this half page. And I'm going to tear this. Actually, I'm going to grab my tear ruler. So I want a tatty edge, but I want to make sure it's reasonably straight. And how wide do I need it? I'm going to just use this as a guide. So maybe here. Okay, a little bit smaller than I had planned, but that's okay because we can work with that. Maybe I actually really want to get some of that green in. Okay. And now we'll remove some from the top here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a second. What about that piece? Actually, that would be perfect. The cat suddenly seems very interested in what's going on my desk, which doesn't normally bother. For some reason right now she does. Now she's off you get. So I'm just going to play about with the placement until I know I'm happy with it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some white to this now it's now it's dry. Yeah, very happy with that. So I'm going to grab my gesso. Off camera, but I do need to, actually that's a bit of a lie because I do need to sew this. Right, let's find this is my scrap box, and I've got all sorts of bits and pieces in here. This is just one of many scrap boxes. That's quite cool. I think I might need, that's quite good. Like that. Like that. I think this may need to that's grungy enough for me. I think that's my grunge. Got my grunge. Right, so what I'm going to do is say hi to the cat. Actually, rather than waste all of that lace, I'm going to cut it so we can use that for something else. And I'm going to put the glue on this edge. Using Fabri-Tac because I know it's going to do a good job of sticking this fabric. I probably should have waited slightly before I did this video today, but I'm going to have some drilling going on later because we're having a door put up to stop the cat going in the lounge when we're not there, because she's a bit of a nuisance in there. Okay, now I'm not going to do anything further to that right now. That bit is kind of done for now. But I am going to glue these pieces in place. How easy this grungy cover actually was. So it's going to be kind of layered up. I can't put the cover on here because I need to put tabs on here, and that's something else I'll show you when I do the video on completing the cover. But that is what we have so far. We still need to add a little bit of paint to this and the stitching, so I'm going to let that dry. While that's drying, I'm just going to take my top grade cardboard and here we have a couple of the cut-off pieces. So this is going to be perfect for making a tag. Okay, I don't cut onto my glass mat because it drives me crazy, and I don't have an end. The tip's gone on my knife. I don't know what I was trying to cut the other day, but it didn't like it, so I'm going to just cut. Oh, that wasn't very straight. Cut through this, and just want to make this the right size. So I'm going to cut through both of these together. Oh, pants. Best laid plans, not a lot of good. And I'm actually going to glue this on this side. But that's okay. That's all right. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm going to put the glue onto the shiny side of the cardboard. And this is just to show you how effective this page, these collage pages are to make something very, very quick and easy and very grungy. Okay, just going to tear that to size. Right, so this is the start of a tag. And I'm going to go back to my scrap box. And I have some tea bag paper. Now I think I'm going to put it that side because I don't want to cover up that piece of Chinese, it's actually Japanese, I think, Japanese text. I'm going to cut a piece of got this tiny piece of, could have it off that way actually. We can sew this too. What else have I got in here? Oh, this was when I did the cutouts in the style of Matisse. I had some, this was a delivery bag from White Stuff. For those of you in the UK, if you ever order anything from White Stuff, cut up your bag, it's amazing. And I think we should add even more texture here. So we've got a little montage of materials going on there. So I'm going to turn this over. And this, like I said, still got some work to do to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to go and sew this, and when this is dry I'm going to sew that, and then I will come back. They are now both sewn, and what I've done is I've put a zigzag stitch over the threads and just done a straight stitch all the way round, and this one I've done a double stitch all the way round, not very straight, which is the look I was going for. So this is what it will kind of look like when it's down with our layers. So what I want to do is I'm just going to work on this one first of all, and I'm going for some different paints. This time I'm using Paper Artsy Fresco. I'm using Gold Rush Heavy Cream and Magic Moss, and I'm probably going to use that on both of these. So I'm going to start with the Gold Rush. Quite dry for the next bit. I'm going to use the Eyes Ink Ice, and so what this is going to do is give it a very vintage grungy kind of almost tea stained look. So that white becomes more tea stained looking, and so does the heavy cream. Now I want to get a little bit up here over that. I've become a little bit obsessed with this stuff. I won't use it too often because I know not everyone will have it. I mean, this, you could absolutely use an ink, which I'm going to use anyway, over the top of this. Right, I think that's enough. It doesn't need a lot. I've got walnut stain and bundled sage, and the first thing I'm going to do with this is just spray that with water. And give that a spritz, and that's going to colour that. I'm going to leave that over there to dry, and what I'm also going to do is I'm going to just put a little bit of sprayed water down there and drag that through my ink, a little bit up here, so we're using more colours, getting a bit more dark in there, and see if I can get a little bit on there. And this will obviously dry a lot lighter than it is. You could use coffee if you don't have ink. Just to give lots of different colours and effects, and I'm going to let that run. Get a bit more on there. Okay, now I'm going to try and get some more on here, on this white, just to use that ink up. that's done. That's obviously not quite dry. So that is the start of our new cover, and just by adding a really small, all we've done really is add a small amount of ink of colour. We've added 3 paints to the cover, the cardboard, and then we have added 3 other colours which are complementary to those on top of the image, and the image is literally so busy and so grungy already. It just looks, I think it looks really cool with a small amount of work done to those. And we also have 1 tag done for this particular journal. So I hope that's given you some ideas on how to use this kit. I have a few tags here. This is my new heat tool, and the box is this. This is the box to the heat tool. So that's the back and the front. One was cut slightly smaller because it had a little nodule out for the box to lid to, you know what I mean. That's one of the sides, and these are the top and bottom flaps. And again, I've done exactly the same process. This has got a little bit of torn card, packaging paper. We've got some threads. You know, very, very simple. Just dragging a small amount of paint over the top of those tags. So I hope you like it. I am sure there will be many of you who will absolutely hate it because it does look really messy. But for some of you, I hope you do like it. And I will be back soon with the journal flip through and the giveaway information, and I will also be back to do more on this particular journal. But obviously the previous one was no kits. This one is going to be using quite a bit of this kit, so we're going to have more ideas on how to use this grungy kit. I still need to do some work on this because there's some paint that's very clearly at the top, and I just want it to blend in a little bit more. Thanks again for watching. I will see you all really soon. Bye.